See, my dear student, here the problem is S and company purchased a machine for 1 lakh on April 2021. This is what machine? M1 machine. Okay, let me write with M1 machine. Another machine costing 1,50,000 was purchased. It is M2 on April 21, October 22. On March 24, the machinery purchased on April 21 means the first machine was sold for 50,000. Which machine is sold? M1 sold. Company provide depreciation 15% on written down value method, closes its accounts on 31st December. See, depreciation 15% WDV, closing date 31st December every year. Shall we move on to solution? See, when this M1 is purchased, M1 is purchased on April 21. 1st April 21, M1 is purchased for an amount of rupees 1 lakh. When the M2 is purchased, October 22, right, for an amount of rupees 1,50,000. 1st October 22, M2 is purchased for an amount of rupees 1,50,000. When the M1 is sold, see carefully, on March 24, machinery purchased on April 21 was sold for 50,000. On when? March 24. On when? This. Sold on 31st March 24 for an amount of rupees 50,000. This is what the message is, right? Shall we move on to solution, my dear students? Now I am supposed to write 1st April 21, it is cost. Now, my dear student, accounts are closed on when? Accounts are closed on 31st December, right? Depreciation on M1. From when? Purchased on April. Accounts are closed on December. 1st April to 31st December. See how many months? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It comes how many months? It comes to 9 months. Take the calculator, 1 lakh, 15% into 9 by 12. Use a calci and work out. How much you are getting? 1 lakh into 15% into 9 divided by 12. It comes to rupees 11,250. Nothing for this one. Work out a balance on 1st January 22. Balance. It comes to rupees 88,750. Now it comes to same as a 1.5 lakh. Now what happened on 31st December 22? Because accounts are closed on 31st December, right? Depreciation is equals to what percent? 15% under written down value method. For M1 it is 12 months. M2 is purchased on when? M2 is purchased on October 22, means 1st October to 31st December. Count how many months? October, November, December. It comes to 3 months. Use a calculator. 88,750 into 15% into 12 by 12. It comes to rupees 13,313. 1,50,000, 15% into months is 3 by 12. It comes to rupees 5,625. Now you subtract it. You are getting a balance on what date? 1st January 23. Right? We are getting a balance. How much balance we are getting? We are getting a balance of 75,437. Here it comes to rupees 1,44,375. Now we are in April 23, right? Let us move on to 31st December 23. Depreciation 15% written down value method. For M1 12 months, for M2 also 12 months. use a work out the depreciation. It comes to rupees 11,310. Here it comes to 21,650. Now you work out a balance. Balance on what date? 1st January 24. We are getting a balance. How much balance we are getting? We are getting a balance of rupees 64,121, 1,22,719. Now we are on January 24, right? When this machine is sold? March 24. 31st March 24, M1 sold. How many months gap? 3 months. Depreciation for 3 months on M1. 64,121 into 15% into 3 by 12, it comes to rupees 2,405. Sold M1. M1 is sold for how much? For 50,000. What you are getting? We are getting 11,716. Since this is in positive sign, so we have to call it as loss. This completes your M1 machine, right? Then on 31st December 24, depreciation on M2 for how many months? For the full of 12 months. Use a calci and work out. 1,22,719 into 15% into 12 by 12. It comes to rupees 18,408. Now you write the balance on what date? January 25 as a balance dash, it comes to 1,04,311. This completes your calculations. How many years? This is first year 21, right? This is your second year, this is your third year, and this is all about your fourth year. So now we have to prepare the machinery account, then provision for depreciation account, then machinery disposal account. Shall we prepare? First, machinery account. Have a concentration, my dear children, for while preparing with provision for depreciation. Now, see carefully, solve through the working note. What happened here? On April 21, you purchased a first machine for 1 lakh. When? On April 21, to cash or bank, M1 is purchased for 1 lakh. Right? Then when M2 is purchased? M2 is purchased on October 22. Now you may have to write 31st December 21, by balance carried on, take the same 1 lakh, work out the total of 1 lakh. Usually what Sudhakara will do, you know, when you complete for 1 year, I close completely to avoid your confusions in presentation. Now I go for next year. 1st January 22. I write the balance brought down as a 1 lakh. Okay. Please, my dear children, remember in October 22, you have purchased the M2 machine, right? When? 1st October 22, to bank as a M2 is purchased for an amount of 1.5 lakh. Find out the total. At the end of the year, what I should write? Balance carried down as a 2.5 lakh. Total becomes 2.5 lakh. Okay. Then what happened? On January 23, to balance brought down 2.5 lakh. What happened? So M1 purchased on 21, M2 purchased on 22, you sold M1 in 24 March. Nothing happened in 23, right? Just what I should write? On December 23, I am supposed to write buy balance carry down with the same amount of 2.5 lakh. The same amount of 2.5 lakh. Close it completely. Got it? Now I am into the fourth year. The fourth year is 1st January 24. To balance brought down 2.5 lakh. In 24, on what month? On March 24, you sold the M1. M1 is sold. So then what I should do? Machinery decreased, right? On which date? On which date it is sold? 31st March 24 you sold. On what day? March 24. What I should write? Buy machinery disposal account. Which machine? Cost of M1. Which machine? Cost of M1. What is the cost of M1? 1 lakh. So now I have to write that 1 lakh. That 1 lakh is to be transferred to disposal account. Same date. Buy balance carry down 1.5 lakh. Total of the both side becomes 2.5 lakh. Then we have to write the last date. What date it is? The last date as sometimes it will give some struck. Please wait for few seconds. Wait for few seconds. Wait for few seconds. Wait for few seconds. Now it starts working. Now what I should do? I am supposed to take 1st January 25 to balance brought down with 1.5 lakh. 1.5 lakh. Fine. Now let us move on to next one. That is which ledger? Provision for depreciation account. My dear children, this is a very important method. Please concentrate carefully. This is the second method in your depreciation chapter. Fine. Now we are into provision for depreciation, right? Provision for depreciation is liability. Where to write? On the credit side. What to write? See the first year. The first year depreciation is 11,250. So on what date? 31st December. What date it is? 31st December 21. By depreciation account, how much? 11,250. Just you close it off. Just you close it off on the same date. To balance carry down as 11,250. Then brought down for January 22 because the accounts are closed on January and December, right? Now we have to write brought down as 11,250. Now on 31st December 22. Again same procedure by depreciation account. See how much depreciation in second year. It is addition of these two numbers. 13,313 on the M1, 5,625 on the M2. Add both the depreciation. When you add both the depreciation, it comes to rupees 18,938. Add both. it comes to 30,188. On 31st December 22, we have to write to balance brought down 30,188. Then let us write on January 23 by balance brought down 30,188. What happened to depreciation in third year? In the third year, my dear children, the depreciation is 11,310 for a first machine, 21,650 for a second machine. Add both the numbers. When you add both the numbers, it comes to on 31st December 23 as by depreciation account 32,972. Add both, it comes what? 63,160. Now we have to write 31st December 23 to balance brought down 63,160. Please concentrate. Really a lengthy problem, but very much important for exams. We don't know what kind of problems will arrive in our CA classes, but concentrate. Now on 1st January 24 by balance brought down 63,160. What happened in the fourth year? In the fourth year, we have a depreciation of 2,405 on 31st March 24 on M1. Again, on December, we have a depreciation of 18,408 on M2. You take these two depreciations in which year? In the fourth year. On what date? 31st March 24. 31st March 24 by depreciation on M1, it comes to how much? 2,405. Then on December 24 by depreciation on M2, it is how much? 18,408. Wow. Now, you sold what? You sold on March 24 first machine, right? To machinery disposal account. Total depreciation on M1. How to work out total depreciation on M1? Please observe the number very carefully. 11,250, 13,313, 11,310, and my dear student, 2,405. Add all the depreciations of M1. Let me show it once again. 11,250 add karna here. Plus. Then 13,313. Please be careful in observation. Then 11,310 plus. बाद में क्या है? On the fourth year 2,405. Add all the four depreciations. It comes to rupees 38,284. बाद में same date टू बैलेंस कैरी डाउन. ये तो टोटल करना. ये टोटल किया तो कितना आता अब? 83,900 83,973 83,973. ये माइनस किया तो आपको कैरी डाउन 45,689. This is how we have to prepare the provision for depreciation account. बाद में क्या करना? We have to prepare machinery disposal account. Machinery disposal is nothing but what? Machinery sold. Fine. When the machinery is disposed on 31st March 24. See, in machinery account, we have written by machinery disposal. In machinery account, we have written by disposal. So, in disposal, we have to write to machinery account, that is cost of M1. Cost of M1 is 1 lakh. At the end of the year, same on 31st March 24. In provision for depreciation, what you have written? In provision for depreciation, you have written to machinery disposal, to machinery disposal, to machinery disposal. In machinery disposal, what I am supposed to write? By provision for depreciation account. Total depreciation on M1. What is your total depreciation? 38,284. Okay. Same date, we have to write by bank sold. M1 is sold for an amount of how much? See, M1 is sold for how much? 5 lakh, 50,000. Last kitna hua? 11,716. By P&L loss, 11,716. Now we have to work out the total, my dear student. The total comes what? 1 lakh. 1 lakh. Now your answer is right. How to prepare? Please remember, prepare the machinery account, take only purchase. When it is sold, take it in opposite side as a disposal. Secondly, prepare the provision for depreciation, take only depreciations, carried on, brought down. Whatever the depreciation you are getting on disposed machine, that is to be taken in the disposal account. Now what to do? In disposal, give the corresponding entry to machinery, give the corresponding entry by provision for depreciation. As a cost of M1, total depreciation on M1. बाद में sold लिखना, profit or loss लिखना. When your disposal account agrees, your answer is correct. This is how we have to solve the problem. Please learn this problem. Please practice it. I am going to solve nearly 2 to 3 problems of this type. Please go through it. Okay. Thank you. Take care.